Okay guys, I'm going to have a look at the camera on my Huawei P10 and show you some of the features that are available on my phone. Some of these features may be available on your phone. If not, it's not a problem. We can always put an aftermarket app on your phone. Okay, so normally when you take a photo, and when I take a photo, I just leave my phone set to the default photo mode and snap away. Okay, again, usually photos with my phone are just happy snaps, family memories, those kind of things. Okay, but we're going to use our phones in a more professional way. We're going to use it like it is a DSLR as best as possible. We can't change the aperture. That's the one thing we cannot change on our phones, unless you have, I think some of the very latest Samsungs have variable apertures, but for the majority, most of the phones don't. Okay, so in professional mode on my phone, as you can see down below here, I have settings that I can control. Okay. At the moment, everything's set to default to be auto, but I have other things that I can change. Okay, so in there, that was the focus array. Okay, I can have a large focal area, so we've looked at this, or spot focus area, where I can pick a finer spot. Okay, again, for us, that's probably going to go spot for me. Actually, I'll get a little bit more control, and I can already see that the result for my background is looking a lot better. All right, and you can see, if you've noticed, these other settings are all set to auto, so they're compensating for the changes that I'm making. All right, so you can see that I can control my ISO on this particular camera. Okay, so if I put my ISO at 200, say. Again, we want to keep our ISO down as low as possible, again, to reduce the amount of grain in our image. Okay. On that note, don't zoom with your finger. Okay, zoom's not supported in this at the moment. As you can see, that's popping up at 20 megapixel resolution, and that's great. You don't want to zoom. All right, definitely do not zoom with your camera. It will reduce the quality of your imagery. Okay, so my shutter speed again is set to auto, and you could see that that was compensating. I'm going to have to crank this up a bit. All right, but you can see I'll want to certainly set some higher shutter speeds for when I do try to capture some frozen motion and those kind of things. Or I can slow down my shutter speed again if I'm doing some light painting, longer exposure type photos. All right, EV is our exposure compensation, exposure value. Just here, you can see I can adjust my exposure value. It will increase. It's probably not doing a lot at the moment because things aren't set to auto, so I've made some changes. I'm just going to take that back to 0 for now. Okay, the other thing here is my focus mode. At the moment, I'm in autofocus continual. I can go autofocus single point, or I can go manual focus on this particular camera, and you can see I can blur the imagery or get it into a nice sharp focus. The other one is my white balance. I have the ability on this particular camera app, inbuilt camera app, to change my white balance. So I could go to a cloudy, fluorescent lighting, incandescent lighting, sunlight, or I can set a custom white balance. We talked about the color temperature. Okay, so I can increase or decrease my color temperature, and this is where my EV hopefully will come into play now. Yeah, a little bit, not too much. Okay, I'm getting a good result here. I'm going to have to either slow down my shutter speed or increase my ISO to brighten up this image a bit. Okay, so I might want to go to 400 till my image is looking clean. Again, I'm probably going to go back to an auto white balance. It's just giving me the cleanest look on this particular shot. Going to focus my image. I'm set up on a tripod, take the photo. Okay, so these are some of the features on my camera on my phone. Yours will obviously be different unless you have the Huawei P10. Have a look at your camera, really explore what features there are, because you're going to be using these for the assessment piece, the product photo shoot. Alright, so that's mine. I'll talk about aftermarket apps in another short video that you can have a look at. You'll see it in a minute. Well, you'll see it down below from this video. And this is what we're doing for our low resource photography. Okay, so using your phones. So get a handle on the settings and take some photos of your products. Chat soon.